Hello guys, warm welcome. And in this session, let us discuss noise pollution. Noise pollution means excess of the sound that goes to the environment, isn't it? Human beings can listen the sound in the frequency range 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz. That is the range of audibility, right? Now, if any sound intensity is in excess, this may cause many disorders in animal as well as humans. Say, excess of the sound that you listen may cause hypertension, so-called the high blood pressure. It may lead to heart disease, psychological adverse impact of mind, sleeplessness, सोने में भी दिक्कत हो सकती है. So many unrest or the disorder may creep in if the sound is beyond the admissible limit to listen. Now, so many factors are there that are responsible for a sound pollution or so-called the noise pollution. So, blowing of horns, excess transportation, bulldozers. Now, when the music system is playing, this may also, if the intensity of the sound level is more, this may also cause the sound or the noise pollution. Aircrafts also create the sound, so-called the sonic boom, you can call it. So many factors are there. Construction works, building works, that cause the sound pollution or the noise pollution. However, to address the challenge of noise pollution, steps are there in our country. There is an NGO, Awaaz Foundation in India. This NGO, Awaaz Foundation, is doing every step to control noise pollution, say by organizing educational campaign, awareness programs, also at times public interest litigation. So Awaaz Foundation in India is doing a very good thing to control noise pollution. Also, the Supreme Court of India in our country has banned the playing of music on loudspeakers. Even in the National Green Tribunal in Delhi is very much alert to ensure that the proper guidelines to check the noise pollution must be implemented. Okay. So now I say something more in different pages here. So see here, a sound that is unwanted or that disrupts the activity or balance of human or animal life is called as noise. Clear? When there is a lot of noise in the environment, it is termed as noise pollution or the sound pollution. Sound becomes undesirable when it disrupts the normal activities such as walking, sleeping, during conversations. It is an undeterred environmental problem because of the fact that we cannot see, smell or taste it. WHO, World Health Organization, stated that noise must be recognized as a major threat to a human well-being. Clear? Now come to the sources of noise pollution. Here, transportation systems are the main sources of noise pollution in urban areas. Next, construction of buildings, highways and streets cause a lot of noise due to the uses of air compressors, bulldozers, loaders, dump trucks and pavement breakers. Clear? Next point, industrial noise also adds to the already unfavorable state of noise pollution, isn't it? Loudspeakers, plumbing, boilers, generators, air conditioners, fans and vacuum cleaners and to the existing noise pollution. Clear? Now come to analyze the effect of noise pollution on humans. First point, chronic exposure to noise may cause noise-induced hearing loss, right? You can call it as the NIHLS, noise-induced hearing loss. Clear? Older males exposed to significant occupational noise demonstrate significantly reduced hearing sensitivity than their non-exposed peers. Second point, unwanted noise can damage psychological health. Noise pollution can cause annoyance and aggression, hypertension, high stress levels, tinnitus, hearing loss, sleep disturbances, and other harmful impacts. Third point, high noise levels can contribute to cardiovascular effects, and exposure to moderately high levels during a single 8-hour period causes a statistical rise in blood pressure of 5 to 10 points and an increase in stress and vasoconstriction, leading to the increased blood pressure noted above, as well as to increase incidence of coronary artery disease. Right? Now on animals and aquatic life, effect of noise pollution on animals and aquatic life. Right? To understand? Okay. First point, noise can have detrimental effect on animals, okay, increasing the risk of death by changing the delicate balance in predator or prey detection and avoidance, and interfering the use of the sounds in communication, particularly in relation to reproduction and in navigation. Second point, an impact of noise on animal life is the reduction of usable habitat that noisy areas may cause, which is the case of endangered species, may be part of the path to extinctions. Right? So now, if the noise level is very large, it can also cause the very endangering of animal and aquatic life. Okay? Noise pollution has caused the death of certain species of whales, very important point, that beached themselves after being exposed to the loud sound of military sonar. Okay? Third point, some more effects on wildlife and aquatic animals. Number one, hormone imbalance, very important point. Second, chronic stress. Third one, panic and escape behavior. Next point, abandonment of offspring. Next, injury, increase in loudness of interspecies communications. Right? Now, there is some mathematical explanation that is not needed here. Okay, So just I will escape this point. Only I will tell you that there is an expression L dash is equal to log Q by Q0, right? Here L dash indicates level, so called the bells, Q measured intensity, Q0 so called the reference quantity, and so called logarithms in base so called 10. Again I am telling of this expressions here, this expression. Okay, no problem. So just to repeat the expression, L dash is equal to log Q by Q0. L dash so called level, Q in so called the measured quantity, Q0 reference quantity, and logarithm in base 10. Now see this table. This is very important point. This table represents sound pressure and so called the sound pressure level. Sheet left hand side sound pressure, right hand side sound pressure level, right? Now say first one, the jet engine. Left sound pressure level, jet engine, it should be 25 meter distance, right? Then the pressure will be in micropascal and it is your 10 to the power 8. For jet engine, 25 meter away, right? In micropascal, the sound pressure is 10 to the power, how much? 8. See the chart, the table. Right hand side is your sound pressure level. It is 140 decibel. Very clear? Now you can see here, particularly so-called in the living room, when there is no TV or radio etc., then the sound pressure level should be 40 decibel. See. And now threshold of hearing, see here, sound pressure level 0, whereas sound pressure is 20. So once again, I would like you must see the table. Okay. There is equivalent noise level quantifies the noise environment as a single value of sound level for desired duration. This relates directly to effects of noise pollution on human beings. Mathematical expression is there, you can see, for those who are interested, but actually it is not needed in detail. So now come to the strategy that do we need to control a sound pollution or the noise pollution, isn't it? First point, planting bushes and trees in and around sound generating sources in an effective solution for noise pollution. स्वाभाविक है, जहाँ पे हमारे पास ध्वनि प्रदूषण का स्रोत है वहाँ पे हम क्या करेंगे, झाड़ी लगा देंगे, पेड़ लगा देंगे जो साउंड को एब्जॉर्ब करेगा, राइट? बुशेज एंड ट्रीज विल एक्ट एज द साउंड एब्जॉर्बर. वेरी क्लियर. सेकेंड पॉइंट क्या है हमारा, रेगुलर सर्विसिंग एंड ट्यूनिंग ऑफ ऑटोमोबाइल्स कैन इफेक्टिवली रिड्यूस द नॉइज पॉल्यूशन. स्वाभाविक है, यदि हमारे पास 4 व्हीलर्स है, कोई व्हीकल्स है, उसका प्रॉपर हम सर्विसिंग कराते रहेंगे तो जो एक्सेस नॉइज निकलता है वो नहीं निकलेंगे. तो सेकेंड पॉइंट देखा आपने. थर्ड पॉइंट, बिल्डिंग्स कैन बी डिजाइन विद सुटेबल नॉइज एब्जॉर्बिंग मटेरियल फॉर द वॉल्स, विंडोज एंड सीलिंग. ऐसे तो हम लोग ये करते हैं एकॉस्टिक ऑफ बिल्डिंग्स, जहाँ भी हमारा कोई भी ऑडिटोरियम होता है वहाँ पे ये ऐसी व्यवस्था रहती है कि मल्टीपल जो रिफ्लेक्शंस होते हैं साउंड को, कोई भी स्पीकर्स बोलते हैं तो मल्टीपल रिफ्लेक्शन जो साउंड को होते हैं उसको रिफ्लेक्शंस को एब्जॉर्ब कर लिया जाता है। ऐसी व्यवस्था की जाती है ऑडिटोरियम में। यथासंभव ये प्रयास भी बिल्डिंग्स में प्रयास करना चाहिए कैट देयर मस्ट बी सम absorbing materials placed across the walls or the ceiling of the buildings. Next point, workers should be so-called provided with equipments such as earplugs and unmuffs for hearing protection. स्वाभाविक है कि अगर उस तरह से जो वर्कर्स हमारे हैं जो काफ़ी हेवी काम करते हैं जहाँ पर साउंड क्रिएट होता है तो उनके ही कान को असर हो सकता है, तो वे भी अपने कान का प्रोटेक्शन का उपाय कर सकते हैं बाय द यूज ऑफ ईयर प्लग्स और द ईयर मफ्स फॉर ईयरिंग प्रोटेक्शन। फॉर हियरिंग प्रोटेक्शन क्या करेंगे, ईयर प्लग्स लगा देंगे और साथ साथ ईयर मफ्स भी लगा देंगे। नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, सिमिलर टू ऑटोमोबाइल्स lubrication of the machinery and servicing should be done to minimize noise generation। जैसे कोई भी अगर छोटा हम ये ले लेते हैं, ऐसे तो लगता है कि साइकिल से नॉइज पॉल्यूशन नहीं होता है, लेकिन आप देखेंगे साइकिल में भी यदि हम उसको सर्विसिंग करा दें और लुब्रिकेंट लगा दें तो मुझे लगता है कि हल्की भी जो आवाज़ आती है, ठीक है, तो हल्की हल्की आवाज़ ही वो मिल जाते हैं, क्योंकि साउंड क्या है, सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी है। तो नेचुरली क्या है कि अगर बहुत सारे आवाज़ आ जाए ऐसे तो कहीं ना कहीं हमें इन्वायरमेंट में आते हैं और हमें डैमेज करते हैं। तो अननेसेसरी साउंड मस्ट बी चेक्ड विच इज़ वन ऑफ द मेन फैक्टर्स फॉर साउंड पॉल्यूशन। नेक्स्ट कम टू द साउंड प्रूफ डोर्स एंड विंडोज़ कैन बी इंस्टॉल्ड टू ब्लॉक अनवांटेड नॉइस फ्रॉम आउटसाइड। जैसे मान लिया आपका घर है, तो हालांकि इट विल बी वेरी कॉस्टली अफेयर्स, तो आपका घर है तो आप अपने दरवाजे पे क्या है साउंड प्रूफ मटेरियल डाल सकते हैं, ताकि बाहर में कोई इंडस्ट्रीज है या वर्कशॉप्स हैं तो वहाँ से जो साउंड आपके घर में आएंगे वो आपके घर में ना आकर के दो साउंड्स कुड बी एब्जॉर्ब्ड बाय द एब्जॉर्बिंग मटेरियल्स प्लेस्ड एट द डोर और नियर बाय टू योर हाउस। नेक्स्ट वर्कर्स नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, रेगुलेशन शुड बी इम्पोज्ड टू restrict the uses of play loudspeakers in crowded areas and public places. Just I told you in the beginning कि Supreme Court has already banned not to play loudspeakers after 10 PM। 10 बजे के बाद ये नहीं लगाना है, ये हमारे सुप्रीम कोर्ट का भी है, ये 10 बजे रात के बाद में आपको लाउडस्पीकर को प्ले नहीं करना है। नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, फैक्ट्रीज एंड इंडस्ट्रीज शुड बी लोकेटेड फार फ्रॉम द रेजिडेंशियल एरिया। जो भी हमारे आवासीय जो क्षेत्र होते हैं उससे काफ़ी दूर पे इंडस्ट्री लगाया जाए, फैक्ट्री लगाया जाए, तो हम क्या है एक हमारा प्रयास होगा नॉइज पॉल्यूशन को कम करने में या समाप्त करने में। नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, कम्युनिटी डेवलपमेंट और अर्बन मैनेजमेंट शुड बी डन विथ लॉन्ग टर्म प्लानिंग along with an aim to reduce noise pollution. Next point, social awareness programs should be taken up to educate the public about the causes and effects of noise pollution. Right? I told you that there is an NGO in our country, and this NGO is so-called the Awaz Foundation. Awaz Foundation is doing very a credible work to control pollution, by so-called having the educational campaign. At times, if it is needed, there is also the PIL case, public interest litigation. Also, now there is awareness programs, so-called by the Awaz Foundation in our country. Now, just see one more table, zone-wise permissible ambient noise level. See the table, it's all obvious. This table speaks the first one is zones, and see industry, commercial, residential and silent zone, and just second part day during here 6 to 21 hours, and extreme right night 21 to 6 hours. Now see the industry, it is your 75 decibel during the daytime, and say in the night it is your what? How much? 70 decibel, commercial 65 decibel, then 65 decibel, residential, so-called the day 55 decibel, and night 45 decibel. You know, in the night sound travels faster, so it is less. And silent zone 50 decibel during the daytime and 40 decibel in the night. So this way we have seen that the sound or the noise pollution is causing a big damage to human lives, aquatic lives, as well as the animal lives. However, there are ways forward to control sound or the noise pollution. There is the strict regulations also in our country. Apart from the strict regulations, there is NGOs and so-called the Supreme Court order. All these are doing good to check the noise pollution. However, there is a scope, much scope to do further to control the noise pollution or the sound pollution. That's all for the day. Thank you.